All right, so in our final division prediction, we have the AL East. Um, I did not the I did not expect us to be this good this year. It just made no sense. Our pitching was horrible. Our bullpen was pretty bad, and I didn't expect our lineup to hit like this. Um, so that was the main things for me. I didn't expect Kike to be this good. Who else did I not expect? I expected Renfro to be like someone who hits like 220 and like 20 home runs. I did not expect him to have this good of a season, especially in Fenway. Um, and then yeah, our bullpen like just came out of nowhere and was like pretty solid. So I didn't expect that at all, but mostly it's the starting pitching. Evaldi was great. Pavetta was awesome. Erod was good as expected. Martin Perez was like good for a little bit. Same with Richards, and Richards was good in the bullpen. Tanner Houck was awesome. Um, and I just didn't expect it at all. Our offense kind of carried us, and I still don't really have an explanation for it. But if you told me before the season that the Red Sox and the Giants win the postseason and the Mariners almost made it, I would have like slapped you in the face and laughed at you and publicly mocked you. I mean, it's incredible, and I can't believe it. Um, it really is. So, I'm excited for October, um, and yeah, I'm ready for that. Rays predict them to finish first. Always works. I don't really. I'm not, now. If I knew that they were going to be trading, and I still predicted them to finish first after they traded Blake Snell. So you really got to give me props for that. I mean, I'm proud of that. I stuck by them. They also traded Willie Adames. Like, bro, what? Um, they still finished first somehow. So I don't know. Pretty crazy. Uh, Probably have them finishing first next year, and I don't know how they'll win, but somehow they'll do it. Um, I of course I've talked a ton about um, their analytics and how they kind of filter and platoon guys to get the most production out of them. But I really want to crack their code on why they acquire guys like Rasmussen and Fireheisen and like JT Chargois and why they trade away guys so easily. It's really interesting. Um, so yeah, and Michael was talking about how they had Rich Hill and like of course he's like old and not very good. And he was fine for them, and they traded him to the Mets and just like fleeced him for this guy who was hitting like 156 with the Mets, and now like for the Rays he has like a 200 WRC plus in the minor leagues. just like not fair, bro. Um, so yeah, Rays finished first again, and I told you Yankees are always overrated. I mean, they're always, oh, they're gonna win the division. They're a World Series contender. I mean, yeah, sure, they're in the postseason this year, but like they have to play in a wild card and then win, like then beat the Rays. Like, I mean, and of course, I don't know if it came to fruition, but Stanton and Judge missed a significant amount of games again this year. Like I said, man, 100 games every year they will miss. Um, so I mean, what did I say? Yankees are overrated every year. That's just how it is, and it's interesting. Vegas does it like that too. I was not surprised. I was very surprised that the Yankees were favored to win so heavily. Um, Pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, Yankees not a great year. Blue Jays took a big step this year in their rebuild. Bichette, Vlad is like an MVP type player now. He was not good in 2020. MVP player now. Bichette is a legit shortstop, really established himself. Biggio wasn't great this year, didn't really establish himself. Tasker Hernandez, awesome. Grichuk had a great year. Springer signing worked out. Mets, why didn't you sign Springer? Idiots. Um, who else am I? Oh, Marcus Simeon, who I talked about, who I said the Red Sox should have signed. He broke the record for home runs as a second baseman. He broke Rogers Hornsby's record. So, hey man, another prediction that hit. I told you Marcus Simeon's a beast. He's going to get a huge contract in the offseason. And then they had some great young pitching come up. Manoah was awesome. Robbie Ray really worked out. He's going to win the Cy Young, and they paid him $7 million. That's incredible. Um, Gonna have to pay him, and then they're eventually gonna have to pay Barrios. He didn't pitch that well for them, but I still like him. I still think he's elite and could definitely help them out in the postseason and in the regular season. So they've got their big three now. They got Ray, Manoah, Barrios, and they have Ryu. Those are four really solid starters, and I like them going into next season. The main thing for them is their bullpen. Really got to invest into that and improve it. Maybe even putting Pearson in there. I don't think that would hurt. Maybe having him as a closer or something, a setup, but they need some arms in the bullpen, and I don't think it would be the worst idea to put Pearson in there. Um, uh, then we've got the Orioles. So here's what I'll say about the Orioles. Means was great before the substance ban, and then he sucked. So I don't know how good he is now, but they have three pieces they know they can use in the future, and that is Mullins, Mancini, Mountcastle. Um, those are three guys they know that when they're making a World Series run in 5 years, those guys will help them out certainly. So they've got those three. Mancini's, I guess, a little older, but they've got those three guys. And then they're just gonna have to figure it out from there. They were bad. They've been bad since they traded Machado, and I mean bad. When I mean bad, like they've been awful. Like 50-win, 60-win seasons for the past like 5 or 6 years. I mean, it's brutal. I mean, this is the Astros method. This is the Michael Elias method of, tanking, getting the best picks you can, and then starting to build up. I'm just wondering, like, when are they going to start trying and start winning, trying to win? Um, that's what I'm interested in. I don't think they'll be good next year either. I think they'll try and tank again. But after that, I feel like I don't know, like you've kind of accumulated your prospects and you're kind of starting to let's get this bus rolling. You've got Adley Rutschman now. You're gonna have Elijah Green. You got Heston Kjerstad. Um, who did they take in the draft? Can't even remember who they drafted, which is so pathetic from the most recent draft. So pathetic. But they've got some great prospects, obviously, and I think you got to get the bus rolling after next season and spend some money and start trying to get this team to win. So that's just my opinion, and those are my season takeaways. I'm sorry it's not as heartfelt and not as enthusiastic as it would be in like July or August, but I'm in school and just football and I don't know, man. I'm happy to do it, and I'll have my postseason predictions out soon. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next year, I guess.